My name is Chevis Miller. Presentation: Psychological Attributes of Personality Association. Have I presented before, or was this my first time? This was definitely not my first time presenting. I have done this before. With me graduating undergrad back in 2008, it has been a while since I've done it in a class setting, but I've actually did it recently, as early as 2 years ago, for a class that I took within my church called Financial Responsibility. And one thing that we had to do is we had to present a board. It was called a goal board or a dream board of things that we wanted to accomplish, things that we wanted to achieve, and we had to present that to our fellow members in our class. And when I did that, it gave me an opportunity to realize what I was passionate about, and I'm a visual person, so it also allowed me an opportunity to realize something about myself, that I have to write things down in order to make them make sense to me. So what this did for me in presenting, again, although I haven't done it in a while, is it allowed me the opportunity to present and practice and hone in one of my gifts. What components were easy and what components were more challenging? For me, the easiest part of this process was putting the information together. Because I am a former basketball player myself, I feel like the easiest part of this was kind of using myself as an example and trying to find athletes that were in my similar situation, because for somebody who isn't an athlete, they don't always realize and know and understand everything that you learn from sports and how it impacts your life on so many levels once you're done with the sport, from discipline to being able to work with other people, to knowing how to have patience, knowing how to go through processes and things of that sort. And I think the most challenging part for me was staying focused on it being relating what people learned in sport and how it transfers over to business, because a lot of times when it comes to athletes, we don't always look at how a sport in particular can develop a person in other ways. We only see, majority of us, whether you're an athlete or not, you oftentimes see sport as simply an entertainment or exercise purposes. So it challenged me because I had to get outside of my own way of thinking and my own mentality and think about realistically how sports can impact a individual in other areas outside of just winning and losing. How can you relate this presentation to work, similarities, and what was learned? Particular research paper can relate to a presentation done in a practical work setting, in the fact that you're selling people on an idea. And this helped me out in a way because with me having my own nonprofit called Next Level Up, it allowed me to be able to learn how to sell people on an idea or help change somebody's mind on a particular situation or state of an opinion. I think some other things that exist in regards to the two different presentations is that regardless of whether it is a school presentation or a work presentation, is that you have to make sure that the information that you're given is not only both accurate, but that it's interesting enough to intrigue somebody who doesn't have the same passion that you have, to pull them in and want to be interested in what it is that you're interested in. And if there's one thing that I took away from this presentation, is with me having my own nonprofit, making sure that everything lines up, and more than anything, making sure that the information that I'm presenting, that I can relate it to people that are interested in what I have to say, but they don't necessarily have the same passion that I have. And so when you're doing a presentation, I learned that the way that you do the presentation, it has to be something that not only intrigues people, but has them asking questions and has them wanting to know more information. Because with me in the future, in doing presentations towards getting people to be able to give money towards my nonprofit, I have to pull them in and keep them interested and have them wanting to know more information. So from different testimonies that's done from my nonprofit or different information that I have acquired, I have to put that out there and know my audience and know who I'm presenting to, so I know how to set up the presentation. I definitely had fun doing my research with the psychological attributes and personality association. Dr. Gwen Weatherford, I want to say thank you for this class. I enjoyed myself, and thank you for allowing me to think outside the box.